Welcome everyone to the British Grand Prix. This is round number 12 of the championship of the Formula One ALR World Championship, and we are coming up to half distance. We will be at half distance at the end of this broadcast today, which is going to be quite interesting indeed, isn't it? Let's determine who is going to be able to steal a march in the championship, because that is certainly the bread and butter of what we do and all that kind of stuff, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, everyone wants to be the champion, but only one can be the champion. And it is 4 points that separates the top two at the moment, with Lucas Percy stealing the march and taking the lead in the championship after last week's race result, which I can't remember where we were. I think it was in Austria, wasn't it? It was indeed. Menace Max moves up to third position after a superb drive, but now 105 points away from the top two, or from the championship leader then. So it's looking like it's going to be a two-horse race at the moment this season in gold. Fourth position is Troy at the moment there, 16 points away from Menace, with Immortal in fifth position there. Of course, Immortal on a very strong season, and hopefully he can keep up, because normally it's mid-season where it does take a bit of a dip. Brabbit, of course, former silver champion, in a superb sixth position. Brilliant season so far for Brabbit. Gurman in seventh position then, and I think that and so it looks a bit dull out there, doesn't it? But it all looks fine and dandy at the moment. Gurman in seventh position, and of course a former champion in of its own right. Kaz in eighth position in the second Ferrari. Ninth is Keza, and 10th is Toy Corn. Two drivers that was outstanding last season. This season, not too great at the moment, unfortunately. Boxtown in 11th position, only 15 points for Boxtown. Of course, the driver who's never finished lower than third in the championship season in ALR. Very disappointed so far for Boxtown, but he's got still over half the championship to turn that around. Equal's on 15 points as well. Chappers is on 12, along with Legends on 12 as well. Delando and Cooper both on 11 points, and then Knowlesy on 3 points. Mr. Rage on 2 points, and Cam and Max have still not got off the mark yet, unfortunately for both those drivers so far. In the Constructors' Championship, we've got cars going out on circuit then, so I'll quickly step up me game here. In the Constructors' Championship, it is the Aston Martin leading by a very slender margin of 3 points then. It's incredibly close then. Haas are in third position, but then of course both drivers in the Drivers' Championship have done both drivers in the Drivers' Championship have been very consistent, haven't they? Well, Kez has been up and down, but overall, I think Haas will be quite happy to be in the Constructors. Ferrari then have really moved up quite a lot of points, haven't they? Especially since Menace has jumped on board as well. I've got two strong drivers there for Ferrari, and they're probably going to be aiming for at least third in the Constructors as well. So it's going to be a good battle between themselves and Haas. Mercedes and Alpine both on 71 points so far. Kick Sauber on 57 points, 56 points for RB. Then of course RB in their first season technically. Red Bull Racing on 27 points, and McLaren unfortunately only on 11 thus far. For the McLaren team, McLaren have had it all the way across any Constructors' Championship so far, in gold, silver or bronze then. However, they did really well actually in bronze last time out, and have almost doubled their account then, because now McLaren are on 31 points then, but they are still a mammoth 148 points away from Kick Sauber, the second to last team. Alpine leads the way then, almost 100 points in front now. They're 94 points in front of the Aston Martin, who is second. With Aston Martin and Mercedes keep trading place at the moment then. It's getting very fruity in the battle for second position, and only Ferrari are 10 points away as well, with Williams only 6 points back as well. The battle for second is heating up then as we go into the halfway stage. Also, it's going to be very good indeed then. Then we've got a 59 point gap. I thought it was raining then. We've got a 59 point gap between the Haas and the Williams team. 31 points between the Haas and the RB team. Red Bull on 193 points and 179 points as the Kick Sauber. And as I already mentioned, the McLaren team are only on 31 points at the moment then. Oh gosh. Well, that was a bit of hard work, wasn't it then? But yes, we are now ready to get going in for the British Grand Prix. And of course, it's the home of British motorsport. I got to say, I got real bad memories of this place after what happened on Wednesday, but of course I got to put that to one side then. Just watching cars out there at the moment. And of course, if you just joined us in ALR, and of course you may have watched other streams in ALR, of course, well, like 100% like silver or bronze, and there's only one qualifying session, very much 18 minutes to determine the grid. In gold, of course, we have a free qualifying session, and qualifying 1, 2, and 3. First qualifying session, we're going to be losing the 5 slowest drivers, so that is from 16th down to 16th down to 20th, I should say, as Cat's having to correct the car coming through Chapel there, down the hanger straight then. Second qualifying session is about 15 minutes long, then we lose another 5 drivers, and then the final qualifying session is the top 10. It's Super Pole, is I think what super bikes say, don't they, or something like that. But nevertheless, it's the 10 fastest drivers on this day in history going for pole position in the British Grand Prix. Cass has gone fast at the moment. Then, of course, the only driver to set a time out there so far. Then Goop, as in Soup, going through Copse Corner. It used to be the first corner, didn't it, on the old track, on the old layout, which I prefer the old layout personally, mainly because I used to love the corner called Bridge Set as well, which was pretty interesting stuff indeed. Albeit we've had Jonna Chile having a horrific shunt there in 2004. Also Mika Hakkinen in the 98 Grand Prix when it was absolutely raining cats and dogs. Of course, spun off the circuit, didn't he? I think that he damaged his McLaren in the process as well. And that was also the very interesting race where Michael Schumacher won when he was serving a stop-go penalty, which was, of course, not ideal for the stewards that day. Look how close it is between Kaz and Coop there. 1,000 of a second between the two cars at the moment. Goodness gracious me. Oh, my word. This is quite a long circuit as well. You can see we're just under the 90-second mark, haven't we, for the times. It's going to get quicker and quicker out here. And it's very dull out there at the moment, isn't it? But I have a feeling, unless all the teams have got the weather radar pretty wrong, I think that we are going to probably have a brighter qualifying session because none of the other drivers have steamed out of the pits just yet. The majority of the teams and drivers are still in the pit lane. So I would say then that rain is not on the horizon. But of course, here in the good old Britain, then you can never say that the rain is too far away, can you? Of course, as I think 90% of the drivers are from the UK here on this grid then, which is very good stuff indeed. Albeit I must say it has been absolutely belting down where I call home most of the day, to be honest. And absolutely appalling conditions out there. But we did have a lovely storm, didn't we, on Friday night, I think it was. But it woke me up and I couldn't get back to sleep until 4 or 5 in the morning, as I do not like thunder too much then, and I was cuddling my Lewis Hamilton Smuggy. Are they Smuggies? Whatever they are, but I was definitely cuddling him. Good to be back, Boxer. Saying great to have you back as well, Boxer. As we mentioned in the build-up, then of course it was Boxtel who's only got 15 points so far, but that 15 points was all scored in one race as a podium position in the second race of the season, I believe it was in Saudi Arabia, potentially. That's off memory, so that could be wrong. But great to have Boxtel back. Let's go gold then, and of course. Nosy then with the box with the Go Tiffy emoji as well. Great stuff there. We might have to replace Go Tiffy though with Logan Sargent. Oh, that's harsh, isn't it? I did feel sorry for Sargent. Yeah, he hasn't cut the mustard, has he? But it was quite brutal, wasn't it? I've got to say, do not go on the wrong side of James Vowles, especially when you got new updates on the car. That's all I'd say about that. So, unfortunately, F1's a cutthroat business, and especially with only 10 teams on the field. I swear, I will not mention any new teams for now. With only 10 teams and only 20 spots on the grid, I do feel that that's not enough anyway. So it is a bit of a cutthroat business sometimes. Here's Toycoin. Toycoin, like Boxtel, I think there's been disappointed season so far for Toycoin, but let's see how this one transpires. That is just accelerating out of the loop as Mr. Rage is just behind us at the moment. Now I couldn't tell which kick was in front then. I thought I got the wrong one. Time to try and start improve myself, Cam is saying that. Of course, to be honest, I'm not sure if it's the McLaren car or if it's all 6 drivers just underperforming, just judging from the joint constructors. Only 31 points so far out of 33 races there to McLaren have participated in an ALR this season, but it can't be all 6 drivers, can it? I reckon that McLaren might be a bit of a dog of a car. Personally, on board with Toy Coin here. Yes, I know it's meant to be equal, but sometimes just cars are not performing. Albeit my McLaren's performance sweet as a nut around here last Wednesday, but unfortunately I'm a bit sore about how my race ended, so I'm just going to sit here and sulk then. Toy Coin coming down into Stowe Corner now. 2 DR zones around here. Used to be free on the Hamilton Straight, but unfortunately got rid of that. I think where Grosjean, was it 2019 or 2018, where he spun off when he didn't close his DRS, because you had to close it manually, didn't you? Unfortunately back then, and I do wish you still had the DRS on this bike straight, because it's kind of half the challenge there. How brave can you be? But never mind. Toy Coin fastest there, and quite after the minutest of gap between Kaz and Coop, well, the gap is about 8/10 of a second between Toy Coin at the moment. I'm looking for the second kick Sauber. There they are. Here's Mr. Raging Bull. Another driver who's really struggled this season, and unfortunately struggling again now for Mr. Rage there. And I think that's a bit of frustration there, and I think that he was probably going for another bite of the cherry here. But unfortunately, he's going to be low on speed and momentum, going for another time run. And here comes Brabant. Then lovely shot here over the brow of the hill here as they come into Maggots, Beckett's, and now out of Chapel as well. Down the Hanger Straight then, of course, into Stowe Corner. Stowe Corner, quite infamous if you were Ferrari fans back in the late 90s there, mainly because Michael Schumacher broke his leg horrifically, and unfortunately that ended his title charge of the 99 season, where Eddie Irvine went on to finish runner-up there and potentially had a chance as well. Boxer going for a time run. Sorry, got a lot of I got to say, the drivers have done really well in this session so far. They have absolutely strung out and doing a very good job indeed, to be honest there, because we can actually see a lot of them in action, which is great stuff indeed. Remember about the big story going into tonight's Grand Prix is that we got a 4-point gap between the 2 championship rivals and 2 drivers aiming to become a double world champion. We haven't had a double world champion since season 5 of ALR. We have had we basically had a new champion every season. Apart from two seasons or 4 seasons, or 2 seasons, actually, isn't it? Which of course was Granty Boy in season 2 and 3 of Formula 1 ALR, and of course Emerson, who still holds a lot of records so far. I think that Percy is now only 11 wins off the all-time record of the most winningest driver in ALR Gold. So hats off to Percy as well, and he can achieve that if he wins all but one race. By the end of the season, and good stuff indeed. If you get the cut of my jib there. Hi Indigo and hey Sean, I hope you're doing well. I am very well, my good sir. I hope you're well indeed. Then Indigo making his second start in a row, then third start of the season. Then Immortal going second fast and trying to repeat his pole position from last week. Chappers goes second fast as quickly eclipses that time now from Immortal, but no one is still within half a second of Toy Coin here. Toy Coin looking pretty inferior so far, and just like I say that, then Brabant there decides to throw the gauntlet down and get in second position so far. Remember that this is just to get out qualified 1 here, but it is also probably a bit of mind game as well, as setting the stage for what is to come in the rest of this qualifying session here. Here comes Knowlesy out of Luffield, a horror show of a corner in my opinion. Here comes Keza, closely followed by one of the Mercedes drivers as well. We've got Equaz diagonal in the straight that as he wants a better turning going into Stowe Corner and not going too far over that black and white curbs. Hello to you, Sirius Mushroom. I hope Mushroom is feeling better, as Mushroom was not too well on Monday or Tuesday of last week then, and wasn't feeling too fruity on Wednesday either then. Look at that RB, 1 in 3 so far, and good stuff for the Visa Cash App car. Ugh. Let's just call them RB. Or to us, I'm sure they are Racing Bulls, aren't they? I'm sure I read somewhere that they actually are Racing Bulls officially. What about Keza here? So Keza there just coming into the final part of the circuit now. Out of it. Let's get across the line. Third fastest for Keza. Keza in Austria. Did he make a strategical error? Potentially, but I do feel that the virtual safety car absolutely really hamstrung Kez's performance there, because he came in the pits a little earlier than the rest of the field and was on course to score some good points as well. Gurman only 12th fastball, and then Gurman has missed a couple of races there, so it's going to be a bit on the back foot. Gurman is. Gurman's had a good history around here as well, I'm sure he has. Who's that? Just Cam jumping up in the 7th fastest there. I missed who else jumped up there. Legends is just a whisker behind his teammate there, and that is no easy feat then. Sam Swift Ninja going 2nd fastest, the world champion at the moment, 2nd of the championship as it stands. As of course, we've got a lot of kerfuffle in the final stage of Austria, didn't it? Not as much as kerfuffle as it was in bronze, which I've never seen such a kerfuffle in of its own right. It's incredible racing, wasn't it? On the final stages of Austria. Yes, well, incredible racing, maybe. It's also some calamity as well. On board of Menace, who's third in the championship. Still waiting for his first Grand Prix win, Menace is in this in Formula 1, which I'm surprised by, to be honest, because Menace Menace is quite quicker than a hiccup, and all the racing he's been a part of a golf that he's certainly been there or thereabouts at. Out of left field, then of course it used to be left field 1 and 2, very close to extending track limits there, Menace was, but he kept on his way nonetheless. And much better now, Mercer was saying. In fact, absolutely fantastic 17 into Copse Corner, and then out of it as well. Of course, that was infamous for where Hamilton and Max Verstappen crashed in 2021, that legendary season, which actually this season of Formula 1 started to become legendary as well. Kez is happy with 5th position there. One of McLaren's there is wandering off the circuit there, just trying to get well out the way of Menace. And down in the straight then Kaz, who's opened up the scoring or the times out there, but it's down in 10th position now. Kaz is so going to have to go for another bite of the cherry and use another set of soft tyres, which is not ideal. Brabbitt and Kez have only used one set of tyres and now called it a day, and then we have that. Here's Menace across on. We've got 3 big hitters left to go, and Menace is one of them. He is still not displaced though. I think that the more that this qualifying session goes on, the more impressive that lap from Toy Court is. He's certainly a pretty good qualifier. Gurman much better in 5th position there, as we are just watching Troy then, who was racing about a couple of minutes ago as well, and is now in the car again. Troy is he's a very busy man on a Sunday. He flicks it into Stoke Corner. By the way, I wasn't stalking Troy. Well, I'd love to stalk Troy, but I only accidentally found that because I think I seen him streaming whilst I was looking for the race's new video. The final turn there for Troy, only 17th. That's danger zone, and Troy is going to be a bit concerned by that because my goodness gracious me, then as Scanford across, he's only got 2 minutes to go in this session. It's a long way around it. I think Troy's out of qualifying. Legends needs to start to think about coming out of the pits now. Nameless is out on circuit, but it's in bad aid this time. Indigo hasn't set a representative time just yet. I know it's Mr. Race, and so we're going to stick with who are we sticking with? I think we'll stick with Indigo, but no, Indigo's invalidated his time again here. So Indigo down in 19th position, and this is going to be this is very much under the cosh now, isn't it? Cam is where I think Cam's in the pit lane, so all good from that point of view. Then we've got a very slow Aston Martin, which is just coming over the old pit straight here, just going through Copse Corner as well. We're on board with Kaz at the moment now. Very good stuff indeed. No reserves tonight at night centre, we're saying that. Sam Swift out of qualifying, and as you can see, cars getting out of the way at the moment. I think Indigo, I think, is a reserve at the moment. Then, but I'm going to be honest, Indigo's up more often than not here, isn't he? So I don't think that can't really class him a reserve driver, can you? To be honest, I'd say with Nameless as well, who's also standing in for someone. Oh no. Goodness. Oh, Madge, sorry. Madge, who's not here tonight either. But yeah, very close to a full grid. It's fantastic. So we had the first ever full grid of the season on bronze, by the way, last week, which is fantastic because that means I don't have to use my brain when I'm doing the standards. We got Kaz there, who has gone to 6th fastest run, and Percy into the pits now. I think the Percy should be happy with that. Indy Multo going to be very nervous of that though as well. Let's see, goodness gracious me. We got so Indigo, this is it now. It's all or nothing for Indigo. So it's one more shot then. Here comes Mr. Raging Bull as the checker flag is about to fall here in qualifying. Out of the final turn then for Mr. Rage. I go 13th fastest for the kick salver. Very good stuff indeed. And is that going to be safe though? I'm not sure because the bar is lowering all the time here. Coop 1200 a second down in the first sector time. Second split is coming up now. He's 1900 a second down. Coop is not improving his time. He's at the limit of the Aston Martin. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh, this is not ideal at all, then, is it? Then, so we're just watching Coop. Then there's a Mercedes behind us as well. I think that's a Mortal just flicking past in the background. His checkered flag has fallen. Troy out of qualifying, Nameless out of qualifying as well. That's a big shock. Bogstall is also not on the box seats either. Coop goes into 13 fast and improves by the slices of margins. A Mortal second fast. That's more like a Mortal, isn't it? We haven't seen the pace for a Mortal just yet. I'm looking for an Alpine then, and who is that Alpine I'm looking for? Is that Legend? Legend's there, it's out on the circuit there. We're watching Knowlesy, who's currently in 15th position moment, but I've got to say, Knowlesy is teetering on the edge of disaster here. What can he do in the second split time as well? On board with Knowlesy now, go through Maggotts, Beckett, and into Chapel as well. And a bit too much curb potential for Knowlesy then, which has sent the car ever so slightly wide. But who am I to say, because he's a quarter of a second up in the second split time here, as we go down into Stowe Corner as well. I hope you've not got a hat on, because I would have blown off if he was going through Stowe. Now into the final couple of quarters as well. I'm sure it's Club. However, I'm old and I can't remember. Out of the final couple of turns as well then for Knowlesy across the line. This feels like a decent lap for Knowlesy. It is a decent lap, and that makes it the 13th fastest now. But the question is it going to be enough then? Legend has gone 10th. That's a great final time there from Legend. That's knocked Mr. Rage out of qualifying. Bogstall almost, and then Bogstall's out of qualifying as well. That final mistake from Bogstall may have cost him there, because look at how close it was. 300 of a second separates Bogstall and Coop. Coop is through. Bogstall is out of qualifying. Troy out of qualifying as well, along with Nameless and Indigo. My goodness gracious me. 3 drivers in that bottom 5 have been Grand Prix winners. 4 of that bottom 5 have been pole sitters in ALR before. That's a shock to see Troy out. We felt that Troy was in trouble, came out very late, and unfortunately didn't have time to improve it for Troy. We didn't see his lap through the entirety, but the final sector didn't look too shabby. But oh my goodness me, you can't be too shabby. You have to be outstanding by the looks of things here tonight. Out qualifying now is going to be Indigo. Didn't get a representative time. No, 6 seconds down. Then Nameless. Look at that. The whole. If we exclude Indigo, no disrespect Indigo, but of course Indigo we didn't feel had the best representative time out there. But of course 19th down to first, almost just over a second, and that's how incredibly close it was. Troy 9/10 of a second away is 18th. 17th is Mr. Rage, boxed out in 16th position there. My goodness gracious me. Back in 97, I think that Jacques Villeneuve was like 2.5 seconds quicker than the grid. So basically, our grid is, so Jacques Villeneuve was, had the whole gap between first and, no, if Indigo was 6 seconds off the pace, how much, where'd that put him in the 97 grid? It was so ridiculous, wasn't it? I'm thinking I would have put him about 12th, 13th position, you know. It was absolutely incredible, Jacques Villeneuve was in that Australian Grand Prix qualifying. Incredible 17. Right, give me a second. Him. Where was I? I think there's 2. Yeah, there is 2. There's not there. I thought they were full timers. My bad. Don't worry about that mushroom there. Anyone got the weather report? I don't, but if I look out the window, it is absolutely pouring down outside. Waiting for this storm to come, to be honest as well. I remember one time, I can't remember what season it was, but it was absolutely thundering like a good one. I think it was also doing it for the one of our season review thing. Me and Knowles did. It was the height of the summer. I can't remember which it was though, and it was thundering like really viciously as well. And unfortunately, back then I was in my Gloucester flat, and the sound wasn't very good, so you can hear what exactly the weather is doing outside. And yeah, it was very difficult to keep muting myself when that thunder was going on. Anyway, I'm sure that's changed all your lives then. Drive 4 sessions, Knowles is saying, well, I'm absolutely beside myself about that, because I generally thought that we was going to have a sprinkle of the wet stuff, but then again, I thought that was going to be the same on Wednesday as well. But yeah, dry so far, then should be good then. So all I could do, Boxdale saying, then there's Boxdale trying to get into the swing of things, but my goodness me, with Troy out as well, with Indigo out, with Nameless out, and Mr. Rage out as well. That is a lot of big names, and that's a stacked qualifying that has just been benched for the remainder of this qualifying session. And I'm going to be honest, if I was a betting man, which I really shouldn't be, because every time I bet it goes the opposite way, and don't condone betting, of course. When the fun stops. But if I was a betting man, I would not have betted on any of those. I think about 3 of those drivers, I think I would have bet my bottom dollar on would have got through into qualifying 2 then. I think all 5 could have possibly gone through to qualifying 2 as well if the cookie crumbled a different way. On board of Equals then, of course, a Grand Prix winner as well then on this grid. Then I think that Equals had one of the stakeholders, one of the household names in ALR Formula 1 Gold these days. Of course, Equals has worked his way up through the championship divisions there and has now got himself into gold. Equals, I said, a Grand Prix winner as well then. So Equals then absolutely superb stuff indeed as we are in qualifying 2 then. Thank you for giving up your Sunday afternoon to watch this absolutely incredible sport, which is certainly been very much edge of your seat stuff for most of the season so far, and anything can happen still. The championship is so close indeed that I think at the moment we've also got a bronze there. I do feel that there's a change in the guard on Tuesday last week there, with Kian getting his 3rd Grand Prix win in a row now, and Dan is certainly going to be sitting up and paying attention to that, because Kian is on fine form now as well, and a lot of the championship contenders fell by the wayside, didn't they, in that final safety car period, which was interesting indeed. Also with these, we'll come back to that in a minute, because Equals crossed the line going to a 26.8 there so far. Immortal cannot match that at the moment there, and is about 2 tenths of a second away. Cam in second for this round, and Cam hoping to score some points there today. Keza has gone faster, or did go faster, but he was the exact same time as Equals. That's incredible stuff indeed. That Menace is 3rd, Sam Swift is 2nd, but Gurman currently fast forward, and Gurman, as we mentioned, has had good history in Silverstone over the years, and it didn't show too much in qualifying 1, but qualifying 2 looking a lot better. Legends is 3rd at the moment now. Now we've got Kaz, who's just come across the line down in 10th position, 9th position mode. It's not ideal for Kaz, but let's see what the second Ferrari can do as we go into the final few corners then for Coop. Then all the back end trying to step out. They're on board now with the Aston Martin driver across the line at 10th fastest for Coop, 4 tenths a second away. I'm wondering, Mushroom, is that used tyres, do you reckon? Indigo had the pace to get into quality 2, but spun, locked the rear brakes going into the final 3 quarters. So frustrating, man, Indigo is saying. And who else did we see doing that? I think it might have been Mr. Rage earlier on in Q1. And remember then that if you make a mistake in the final 3 corners, then if you go over and invalidate your lap, or if you have a spin like Indigo and Mr. Rage, that is it. That's curtains for the next lap as well. And Indigo didn't have a chance there to have another bite of the cherry, unfortunately. So very frustrating indeed there for Indigo, unfortunately. And it will be at the back of the field then for the start of the British Grand Prix. 26 laps around this circuit. And Toy Coin, second fastest. I say only second fastest there, because Toy Coin is usually at the cream of the crop when it comes to qualifying. Really good stuff indeed on 1 lap of pace then. Yellow flags out there, but in qualifying trim, I'm not too concerned. Let's take stock then, as we are about halfway through qualifying 2 here. Remember, able to lose another 5 drivers. German's happy with that. He's now going to put his feet up in the garage and read the paper then, which I don't think German reads the paper, to be honest. As of course I don't think anyone reads the paper anymore, to be fair, because it's a bit old school these days, isn't it? But German fastest. Second is Toy Coin now. Look at that, like 200 of a second. Third is Sam Swift. Legends 4th with Menace in 5th. And it's Keza and Equals out of have decided that you know what, we're going to do exactly the same time then on this course. Had incredible stuff indeed there for Keza and Equals, and Cam in 8th position. Strong performance today for Cam. Remember, Cam, a former pole sitter. You don't forget how to drive, do you, Cam? Doesn't? I think he's just having a really bad run of luck there potentially. And of course, sometimes there's a downward spiral, isn't it, where you also then lose confidence as well in the car. We got Immortal in 9th, and a bit off the pace at the moment. Immortals with Kaz also off the pace as well in 10th position potentially. I was expecting those to be higher up then. Of course, both drivers are very good qualifiers, but at the moment, not ideal. Then we've got Cooper in 11th position, then Brabbit, Percy, Chappers, and Nolte all on the lap now. We're on board with Brabbit as we go through Copse Corner. It's been widened over the years, hasn't it? And it used to be a lot more of a task than it is these days. And with, of course, the ground effect and just the amount of downforce on the cars. Go for Maggots, Beckett's, and then Chappers now won the best piece of racetrack in the world. DRS available then. And of course, you can see from the graphic down just above Brabbitt's head then, we've got 80% battery there for Brabbitt. So I'm wondering if Brabbitt might be on a bit of a... Yes, I think that he's not actually on a quick lap mode. He's doing a lot of harvesting. So we'll come back to Brabbitt later on. So just watching Knowles then tackling Chapel then, his teammate at the moment. Don't think their user could see a 25 tonight. That would be amazing, Mushroom is saying. They're 4/10 of a second away at the moment then, with 7 minutes to go in this qualifying session. I must say, if they get 25, that would be absolutely superb stuff, especially in the current regulations in Formula 1 ALR. Out the final turn here for Nosey, Fruton Grand Prix winner across the line. Length fast moment for Nosey. That is not enough to make the cut. So Nosey's going to have another go if he wants to appear into qualifying free. Percy across the line, 8 fast moment. That's not too great either for the championship leader. And I think the Percy's going to be disappointed that time. Chapper's in 12th position, then not enough to get through either at this moment in time. But luckily, all drivers then have got another chance at the very least. They will be looking at their tyre allocation now. They do not want to use too much tyres then, of course, and especially getting the qualifying free, because you do get a new set of tyres in qualifying free. However, of course, you also want keep a set of new tyres to have 2 proper goes at that pole position. Then look at the yaw on that Alpine. I love that, didn't it? The way that the energy just threw the car from left to right is fantastic. And down the hangar straight we come then into Stowe corner as Brabbitt there. I thought he was too wide there, but I think that might have been inch perfect, you know. But that's why I'm not a very good driver, because I'm too scared to go too wide, too close to the edge of the circuit, mainly because I'll have an almighty shunt then. Here's Brabbitt. Oh, nothing almighty about Brabbitt shunting there, but a brilliant time indeed there, going at 6 fastest for Brabbitt, to about 4/10 of a second away there from the Alpine driver, who's been one of my drivers of the season. This season has been superb stuff indeed for Brabbitt, and 6 fast at the moment there. And I think that Brabbitt can go quicker than that as well. I think that there's probably another 2/10 of a second in that car somewhere. Maybe. So just watching Keza, who's currently 6th at the moment. Mr. Rage has left the session, unfortunately. Hopefully he'll get back in pronto here. We've got Equal starting us up. Cam will start there as well. We have got Immortal Fred in the Eye of the Needle into the Maggots and Beckett's chapel there. Don't think it matters where Percy starts, to be honest. Serious Russia is saying that is true. We've known over the years that Percy's been with us, of course, I think since season 6 now of ALR. He's been here for quite a long period of time now, Percy's, and is now starting to edge up to Emerson's records here, and Percy potentially could become the all-time greatest driver in ALR history across the line, and that's better from Immortal. Goodness me, I feel that we haven't seen the best from Immortal right up to that very moment in qualifying, and now Immortal has thrown himself there into contention. Great stuff indeed then. Who's that? Kez has just gone up into 6, has he? No, I think that was, I saw someone jump up the order there, but I didn't see who it was then. Equalz flying out there at the moment. Let's stick with Equalz. Back end trying to step out, but it's all fine and dandy so far. I love these onboard shots. And I thought that was going to be a track invalidation there, but Equalz is 2/10 of a second down here. Unless he has something quite special in the final sector, I think that Equalz is not going to improve. I wonder if he might come in the pitch, you know, we're throwing a new set of boots then. He is. So has he got time though is the question, as we got Keza then, who is, Kez is invalidated as well. Oh dear, that's not ideal at all. Here comes Cam then, currently 12th at the moment in the McLaren Mercedes. McLaren did a great job on Tuesday. Of course, they've almost tripled their total points tally in the joint constructors. Cam, great drive to 7th position so far. It was Kaz that jumped up the order. He's up into 4th at the moment. Good stuff indeed there for Kaz then. McLaren jumped up, doubled their points take for the joint constructors. A brilliant drive from, I think it was Duncan Dave in the McLaren in the end there. But McLaren has still got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of work to do then to see if they could do anything about the joint constructors. I do feel then they've got quite a bit of points to make up just on 9th position, to be fair, for the McLaren team. Not ideal. Toycoin and Gurman are quite happy with their performances, so they're both in the pits, and they're all both chilling at this moment then. Just on board with Menacent. So Menacent is just about to wind it up and let it go then with just under 3 minutes to go in this session there. And quite early on, actually, Menace is here, isn't he? Goodness me. So hopefully this doesn't catch him out too much. And let's see about the track evolution around here. This track evolution probably isn't as steep as other circuits, maybe the likes of like Las Vegas, Monaco, etc. Because this track is in, because it's the home of British motorsport and motorsport in general, it gets used quite a lot of the season then. So track evolution I don't think is going to be too high here tonight. However, I have been wrong before, and I probably could be wrong on this occasion as well. But my logic is there, even if it isn't sound then. And I love this camera, love it. Look at that, it's goodness me. Way out of left field as well. Now coming out of the old start-finish straight as well. Of course, they start up until 2011, I think it was, where they then started to start on the other side of the circuit course, which is now the Hamilton Straight, of course, for the 7-time world champion then. Menace, and can Menace get his first Grand Prix win of the season, of his career as well, actually, in this in tonight. In Austria, then, of course, a horror show qualifying too. He fell at this hurdle this time last week for Menace, which is quite surprising there. Menace openly admitted in the interview after the session as well, when he got third position, that he just had a bit of egg on his face, really, as Menace thought he had enough to get himself through. But let's see if this time make it no mistakes about that. That should be safe and sound through into qualifying two this time for Menace. And then Menace from I think it's 12th on the grid to finish third. Potentially what could have been if he was higher up the order. Could he have won last week's Austrian Grand Prix? Potentially. It was a very much hell of a show indeed. That Percy with the Percy's got the eyes out. I'm not sure why. Oh dear, what have we said or what have we done then? We got Vintage, even all good evening to you, Vintage. Great to have you along for the stream as well tonight. Just rest, I don't think any hards will make an appearance tonight, so it could be a close race. And that's an interesting take there, isn't there? On the, by the way, this doesn't give away any strategy, because I went from medium to hard on Wednesday, because I thought it was a clever so-and-so. Which I was actually. Serious Mushrooms set was absolutely fine, and look at that there. Sam Swift Ninja goes second passes. Serious Mushrooms setup on Wednesday was absolutely fantastic. It made me look like a superstar, to be honest. I was absolutely loving life out there up until I decided to crash at Brooklands. But there we go. I swear that the corner moved since the last time I raced around there, but never mind. Watching a coupe here as we go through Chapel in the beautiful British Racing Green Aston Martin. Coupe is, we got Percy on an outlap now with just 17 seconds to go. Percy's crossed the line now. So Percy is now going to start us up, but he's not safe and sound at the moment. If we had a red flag now, out of qualifying, be Coupe, Knowlesy, Chappers, Percy, and Equals. And again, it's a who's who of gold, isn't it? Goodness gracious me, that's a lot of big names that could be against the wayside here. Coupe out of final turn. Coupe goes 13 passes. Coupe out of qualifying, sadly, but a very good effort nonetheless. But not in the 26 there, which is what you need to be to get yourself through into qualifying too. We're looking for a Alpine of Brabant, and there he is. It's a 10 fast moment for Brabant there. As we mentioned there before, when Brabant last completed his time, there's 2/10 a second in the car. If he gets that 2 seconds out, squeeze it out, then he should be in the heart of the top 10 then. Around where Kaz, Keza and Cam is. Oh goodness me, I hope those three are not together in the racing, because that is going to be an absolute Brabant, and I think that is too much time lost on the board. It is too much time, and Brabant is not going to be through into qualifying, because Chambers has already got past him, and Equals has now got fast still in 9th position there. Knowlesy is 14th there. Legends at the moment is 10th at the moment, and Legend stays 10th. And what can Percy do? Percy is currently 2/10 of a second improvement. That is on the borderline of the top 10. But Percy needs to have a clear and precise run out to the final 2 turns. I think he's done it. He has done it. Look at that. He's found 4/10 of a second there. And that is through the qualifying too then. And Brabant made a mistake on the final corner there, and that is costing the top 10, I feel. Chappers in the 12th position there. Legends in 11th position as well, by 100th of a second away from Equals, who also squeezed through as well. It's an all Alpine row 7 here for the British Grand Prix, coming up after qualifying 3, and Coupe out of qualifying in 15th position, sadly. That is exactly it, Mushroom. They changed the track. It couldn't have been me. I swear that Brooklands was actually 100 meters to the south from last time I was around there. So it cannot be me. Goodness me, I never make a mistake. What's that? I'm allergic to something. Out of qualifying is Coupe down in 15th position. Look at the times here. Goodness me. You can go from hero to zero basically within a blink of an eye in Formula 1. It's fantastic. That's why we all love it. That's why we're all watching here tonight, isn't it? Superb. Knowlesy in 14th with 13th for Brabbit, 12th for Chappers, and 11th for Legends there. And it's make or break, really, isn't it? You could have been at hero or zero stuff. And the top 3 separated by 6,500 hundredths of a second. It's going to be a great qualifying 3. Ooh, and now it is qualifying 3. Oh my gosh. I've run out of squash, so I've had to get onto the monster, which, by the way, I don't really need much excuse for going on the monster, to be honest there. But nonetheless, I've got to say, those marshals are going to be cooking in those coats, surely. I know it's Silverstone, and it's probably not as hot as place we go to like Abu Dhabi and Bahrain, but goodness gracious me, gentlemen, take those coats off. Gosh. Anyway, let's go into qualifying 3. We've got 12 more minutes. I've got a big old bag of indigestion, which ain't good. I don't know why I've got a bag of indigestion, but let's just say that I always have the bag on me. I'm waiting for German or Keza to say something. Going out of qualifying now is hopefully we'll have all 10 go for pole position and for the British Grand Prix. Oh, this is probably the best part of the weekend for me, because drivers now are going to be at the limit and beyond. Then one mistake is going to cost them umpteen places on the grid. Then this is what these drivers can do. This is the maximum that the drivers can do on this day in history, and it really shows the mustard and what these superhuman drivers are going to be capable of. 8 out of 10 drivers are currently out on circuit, so we should have, and it's quite a long circuit as well. So you would think that the drivers are not going to trip over each other, but you can see that we've got a bit of a crocodile already. And we've already got, I think that's not Toycon, that's Equals, and German, I think, is having a race there. It is indeed, and German is not hanging around at all. German is now, as he flies through the traffic now. So let's take a look at last season's pole position time here in Silverstone if my laptop loads. Actually, where is it? Last season's pole position was actually boxed out for 24.890. And Serious Rush, I believe that 24 was on the card. Was it 24 or 24? 25 was on the cards. But I've got to say, it might have to be a superhuman effort then. But Boxall's on pole position last season. The season before was Percy. Troy, the season before that. Before that was Sly Guy. Then before that, we had loads of different pole positions, didn't we? Jonathan Cox back in season 6, and then we had Total Peas in season 5. Milan in season 4. 3 was Jonathan Cox again, and then we had Dan Lieutenant. And then Storm, who I think got only ever one pole position in his career. Then so there was one and only one indeed. That German is starting us up, but he's very close to the back of that Aston Martin, so that's not ideal, is it? And oh dear, I think that we got Keza involved as well. You don't really want slipstreaming around there, do you? Too much then. So of course, John Cox is the only driver that's had multiple pole positions in ALR on this circuit. Can Percy become a two-time pole sitter around here? Can Boxall can't, and nor can Troy even. So it's only Percy at the moment, then it's going to be in that conversation there. As accelerated on now. I thought German had a pole position around here, to be honest, but I can't seem to find it on my own stat sheet then. Oops, forgot to like then just like the other 16 drivers here, says for us to say that yes, of course, if you like, it helps the Google algorithm or anagram or whatever you want to call it then. So I haven't got me old telemetry on. There we go. We need to see what the driver's doing then. And Percy there is tackling Maggots and Beckett as well. Look at German, how close to the back of that Aston Martin is. I'm sure he's going to be losing time. And even though Kez has got a bit of about a 3-4 second gap then, I think that might just be okay, even though the ground effect then is quite the ground effect then is meant to help following cars, isn't it? But I must say, I did see a picture earlier on. Actually, we'll talk about that in a minute. Percy out the final turn, and what has Percy done? Percy's going to be the first driver to come across line now. But that final corner, it's not helping any drivers at the moment. It's a 26-1 there, a 26-5 for Percy. That's a great time for German, and we're almost into the 20 points. As serious motion predicted here. Golly gosh, then Kaz has gone third fastest there. Menace is now in second, and he's on the front row of the grid. Then Percy had a so-so first opening lap here, but I think he'll be happy. But he's happy he's in the facility in the conversation there. Toy Coin is second fast moment, and that must have been a splendid lap time for German now. And it is a splendid lap time for German for Toy Coin not to be able to be within 2/10 of a second. That's absolutely splendid. Here comes Sam Swift Ninja, the world champion, the man who's second in the championship at the moment. Out of the final couple of turns there for the Williams machine, and across the line then, and Sam Swift goes full fast mode. What about Immortal, who brought himself very much back in the conversation, and then second fastest there for Immortal, about a tenth of a second away, less than a tenth of a second away. My goodness gracious me. Wow. And I am absolutely salivating because this is going to be a good qualifying. There's something going on here with, is that Percy and German there having a couple of gremlins there? Well, the moment German just won't be involved in too much fracas here. He's coming on pole position for the British Grand Prix. German making a return here tonight and doing a good job indeed then. I hope this is not going to be an Andretti picture shot. Would it ever? Serious motion. Would it ever? Whoops, I've just dropped my controller. German on pole position as well. Actually, talking of which, High Tech was rumoured to be also try and lodge a protest against the FI as well for not getting past the first phase of someone, I think that's Toy Coin, has absolutely demolished the polystyrene speed limiter board as well. I read from, I think it was like This Is Formula or something like that High Tech might also be thinking about lodging a complaint as well. More teams the better for me anyway. That's basically it then. And the amount of money that's coming into Formula 1 at the moment, I think that adding two teams, but bearing in mind I am quite thick when it comes to money. Of course, basically anything that I like, I spend on. So that's why I'm probably not a business owner or into finance or anything like that. But there's a lot of money going around in there for the moment, and a lot of changes. Not too happy about. I'm not a fan of these sprint races, but I kind of understand them for the paying customers at the race events. And personally, sprint races for me is mainly for lower formula rather than the pinnacle of motorsport. But that's just me in general. I love qualifying. I love watching qualifying and drivers go to the absolute limit. So and qualifying, I think the qualifying is probably one of the best parts of the weekend as well. But that's just me again. I love qualifying. It's fantastic. But of course the race always needs to be the main event for me. I think 24 races is the limit. I don't think that there should be any more, but I mean more Formula 1 the better I suppose, but I think sometimes they can be too much of a good thing, and I'm not sure about so the new tracks is awesome and everything, but I love the old school circuits like Spa, like Japan, like Silverstone. It just has you need to keep those circuits on the calendar, really, don't you? In my humble opinion. And Barcelona, we must go back to Korea as well. I don't know why, I just like that circuit. So actually, I liked India more. I loved India. So we're just coming out about a Woodcote as well. Keza back in the pits, and Keza, of course, was on the time lap, but I think he got caught up in the German and Percy fracas then. The two drivers were very close, and Keza was about 3-4 seconds back at the moment now, wasn't he? So that probably didn't help Keza's run around. On board of Cam then, great to see him in top 10. We haven't seen the best of Cam this season. Well, let's not make no bones about it. Cam there is a very quick customer. He's a very quick driver indeed. Is it just the car handling? Is it that McLaren? We do not know at the moment there for Cam, but I feel that whatever gremlins Cam has had in the opening 11 race of the season has certainly this event tonight has really shown that he has still got the talent there. The talent has not gone for Cam. It's just been a difficult couple of races then. As Cam goes across the line to go ninth at the moment now, a couple of tenths of 100 away then. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for me, as let's be honest about it, I've never had any talent then. Just watching Immortal then, just coming out of left field then. So we've got Kaz out on circuit as well at the moment. Kaz has not set a time just yet. 9 of the 10 drivers have set time then so far. We're into 26-1 then. Serious Mushroom said that a 25 would be absolutely fantastic. Well, that 25 looks quite realistic now, doesn't it? I loved India. You beat me to it, Serious Mushroom was saying. Yeah, India was good. Really good circuit indeed. That it dropped off the calendar, didn't it, because of government funding or something like that? To be honest, it goes above my head. Some of the stuff, but the reason why circuits drop off the calendar. But India was really good. I liked India. I liked Korea as well. I don't know what it was. I think I liked the second and third sectors. It was quite fun. Well, not really the third sector. I think I was slow the third sector. It was quite point and square, wasn't it, the third sector was. But I had high hopes for Korea, didn't they? Because they was going to... Whoa, it's a mortal. That final couple of turns there is really hurting the drivers out there. Because we've seen 4 or 5 now. They have lost a lot of time, and then some drivers have dropped out of qualifying because of that as well. Indigo was one driver. Mr. Rage, another driver as well. And I think that Mortal also have an issue as well. Yeah, Korea had a very, very ambitious plan, didn't they? Where they was going to like build a city around the circuit, because they was kind of like in no man's land, weren't they? Korea was. It was kind of in the middle of nowhere. But I like the circuit, to be honest. It was really cool. I can't remember what was the other circuits new around that time then as well. Valencia as well. I didn't enjoy Valencia at all on the games then, and to be honest, there was only one really good race in Valencia, which was of course the 2012 race, wasn't it? Where Fernando Alonso won from 12th on the grid, I believe. Really good stuff indeed. Of course, that's when that was when we had a great podium, wasn't it? Where it was Andrea Stella who was of course also the whoa, long curve there for a mortal. I love it. But we had Andrea Stella, who of course then had all his drivers that he ever race engineered, likes of Kimi Raikkonen, Michael Schumacher, and Fernando Alonso, all on the podium at the same time. That was a great day. It really was. I love that. Of course, now the McLaren team principal, if that's his correct role, I think it is anyway. But apologies if it's not. Then Immortal, a lot of commitment there. With just a minute to go in this qualifying session. That's pole position there for Immortal, and brilliant stuff indeed there for Immortal. That Ferrari in the background there of Menace is just starting us up now. What can Toy Coin do? I don't think you could never bet against this man, Toy Coin. Now he is always supreme, isn't he, in qualifying. This season, Toy Coin's had 2 pole positions, but in his entire career, he has had a lot then. I can't remember how many. I think he's had 5. Yes, he has had 5. He's going for 6 of his career this season. Maybe his 3rd of this season as well. And flicking it into Stoke Corner and out of it now then. And now into the final few turns there. It needs to be neat and tidy, not too much curve there. That's looking a lot more stable than what we've seen Immortal doing. And across the line is a 25.8. It's pole position there for Toy Coin. Wow! And Mushroom is right. It's a 25. It's a stonking 25 as well. Toy Coin is shaking his rear from left to right. And it's like the old Renault Megane advert. German there on a starting his lap now. And who else was out there? I think Kaz just started their lap. On board with Kaz is currently 7th at the moment then. But has he had issues there? Maybe. What about Menace coming down the back straight then? Menace said who has had pole position. I think he has had pole position. He's never had a Grand Prix win though, has he, Menace? Has 10 seconds to go in this qualifying session. And here we go then. So Immortal is going to be on the front row of the grid as it stands there. But I think that there's a lot of contenders trying to line them up and potentially steal that front row. Okay, is Toy Coin's time out of reach then? Oh no, it is. And Menace Max are on the front row. Done by the minute margins and currently 2nd at the moment. Toy Coin pole position. Menace Max alongside on row 1. Kaz is coming into the pits and he's 3 seconds down then for the 2nd Ferrari. Down in 9th position for Kaz. I think he'd be disappointed with that. What about German? German's invalidated. That's a shame because I think German could have and should have maybe got pole position here. Oh goodness me, that is not ideal at all. Percy is still on a lap at the moment there. So who is out there on a lap then? It is currently Sam Swift. I think Kez is out there as well. Keza is out there as well. I know we've also got Equals also pushing then. My goodness gracious me, then they're all queuing up here at the moment. Toy Coin currently going for his 3rd pole position of the season. It's 6th of his career. six of his career, and as we come into the final few quarters as well, as Percy then, he's got to be careful here because this is where the drivers keep losing time then. Oh, back end almost stepping out there. The car, he looks very uncompliant, and Percy fifth fastest there for the championship leader. Well, it's not enough at the moment. It's not enough for pole position, unfortunately. Equals across the line going 8 fastest there. What about Sam Swift? 3/10 of a second up. Ballpark, that's the ballpark, but I don't think it's enough for pole position on the front row. But it could be enough for second row here. It's 4 fastest there for Sam Swift. He'll be, I think, will he be up for that? Keza in the pits, and Toycorn pole position, number 6 of his career, third of the season, and wow, and it is a 25, just as Mushroom said, and he said, there it is, and there it was indeed then. Really good stuff indeed then, and Menace getting on the front row as well, and Menace surprised me a bit then, because I didn't think he was in the conversation, to be honest, but goodness me, you can never count your chickens before they hatch. And what a great this is that 6th pole position now of the season now of his career, I should say, for Toy Gun is the third of the season. Really good stuff indeed then. But I do feel that some drivers that could have may have been further up as well, likes of Gurman potentially, who made a mistake, and we didn't see Keza's final effort either. Hello, Kian, and great to have you along for the stream. Then we've also got some ups. Hello, Sean, the goat of commentary. Thank you very much, Thunder. Your checkers in the post said Team Immortal, but why is he in the pits? Thunder said Immortal came out of the pits slightly earlier than everyone else. There was to go against a different run plan, I think Immortal was, but finished third in the end there. So I don't think that's too shabby at all. The top 4 covered by just under a tenth of a second. The top 10 covered by about 8/10 of a second. What a time this is here in ALR. Welcome back, everyone, to the British Grand Prix. And we got 20 cars on the grid then, and 20 drivers that wants to win this one, but only one man can then. This is a dead heat, of course, which I don't think we've ever had. We got very close, haven't we? There's been very close finishes in ALR this season. Goodness gracious me. Right, let's go for the grid, shall we, from front to back there. Only one driver on the hard tyres, and that is Box. Everyone else on the medium or the soft tyres. So, Serious Mushroom, I'm going to be asking him for the lottery numbers, I think, at the end of the stream. And pole position there for Indigo 20 for the grid. I apologise. Then 19th position is Nameless. 18th is Troy. Mr. Rage is in 17th position there, but it's not in his car. That's not good. 16th position is Boxer, the only driver on the hard tyres. Mr. Ray's the only driver on the soft tyres, exited qualifying 1. Coop in 15th position on medium tyres. Knowlesy in 14th position on medium tyres. Brabbit in 30th. 12th is Chappers. 11th is Legend, all on medium tyres. All drivers that could have gone into qualifying 3. But mistakes here and there cost them. Then it's a top 10. Cam in 10th position. Then can Cam get some points there and get himself off the board? Then Cam has been very unlucky. Kaz in 9th position on the soft tyres. And I feel he's a bit too. He's further back than what he potentially should be for Kaz. And let's see what the Ferrari can do then. 8th for Equals, looking strong in qualifying. Can he replicate that in the race then? Kaz, I didn't get a fair crack of the whip in the final qualifying run there. So Kaz down in 7th position, maybe out position as well. Percy in 6th position on the soft tyres. So that has gone. That can go very well for him, which it has done over the previous couple of races. German in 5th position there, strong qualifying, but can he replicate it in the race there? 4th position is Sam Swift Ninja, the man who's second in the championship there, but it's 2 positions in front of his championship rival, that they're directly in front of each other. Second position is a third position is a Malt on the medium tires. Is that going to hurt it going down into turn 1 then? Menace Max and Toy Coin pointing towards Menace Max's car then. Ready for the start of the British Grand Prix. Halfway stage of this championship now then. And goodness me, it's still all up for grabs then. Cam's not lined up well then, so he's going to be starting a couple of meters back on his start box. Unfortunately, that could cost him. Look at Toy Coin. He is pointing very aggressively here. DRS has been disabled then, of course, but it will be enabled at the end of the first lap. Then lights out. Then here we go, and it's a good start. And it cuts across Menace Max straight from the get-go here, because Sam Swift's over to second position. A great start for the championship contender here, and he's now through and takes the lead. Sam Swift Ninja is absolutely frowning up the inside. Has been forced off, and Toy Coin almost losing the car. Sam Swift has gone from full from the grid to lead after just a couple of turns. What a start for Sam Swift Ninja. And that is perfect. Percy's having a full position as well. Toy Coin loosened out then. Menace has dropped down 8 positions there. And goodness gracious me then, after of course the initial launch there, Menace did look alright, but he's had a terrible start from the front row of the grid, all the way down into 9th position. He's back up to 8th now. And here comes Percy, who's on the soft tyres and on the inside of the old start finish straight, which is anything but a straight then, into Cops corner now. Percy up in the 3rd position there. As the 2 championship contenders has gone on 3 positions about that. Toy Coin unfortunately not converting the pole position there. Keza in 6th position with Kaz up into 7th position there. Menace jumped down 2nd position. A harsh overstart for the Ferrari driver then. That is not ideal at all. As Kaz said, is on the soft tyres and trying to make up some ground that he lost then over the making some ground he potentially lost in qualified. Back at the front then, Toy Coin now really pressuring Sam Swift, and Sam Swift absolutely great start indeed then. As it stands here, retake the lead in the driver's standing set, but Percy is not going to let that happen without a fight then, I'm sure of it. And also remember then, of course, we've got to 25 more laps to go then. That one completed. Look at the gap there, as Mr. Rage is not in this race at the moment. On the inside, contact between Nameless and Indigo then, as both the Super Subs fighting for position and say, oh goodness gracious, getting a bit flaky there into turn 1 then. Goodness gracious me, as accelerated out of the loop then, and who is out there? That's Menace past Keza up into 7th position. DRS is available at the end of the first lap here, and this is where Samson is going to have to get defensive here. Down into Brooklands there, which I still have a bit of nightmares about that corner. And we've also got Troy up into 60th position. Well, Troy also out position as well. Boxed out, only driver on the hard tyres in 17th position now. Just read the serious motion. Doesn't think that's a good idea, and at the moment it doesn't look it even. As we go into Cop's corner, I love this shot. Look at it, say fly past us now. And what is Toy Coin thinking about here? He's got to be thinking about retaking the lead after he lost it on the opening 4 corners in this Grand Prix. My word then, as it's been quite a good start, and Mr. Rage is not in this race, I don't think then. So at the moment we've got 19 cars still facing the right direction, still got all their pieces on their cars. Well, Toy Coin takes the lead then of the British Grand Prix, and now then is now back in front and can control the race then, or can he? Because Sam Swift, I feel, is on a mission tonight then, isn't he? 4th position, might be a bit disappointed with that then, but look at that, go back up and under the cars are looking very unstable in the final sector, and Percy was Sam Swift was going for it, but was hesitant, and now because he hesitated, Percy is all over the gearbox of the Williams car. Oh my word, my goodness gracious me, back on board now with Percy, locking up the inside tyre there. Well, Sam Swift is now all condensing up, just like the Austrian Grand Prix. Everyone is in DRS range of each other then, at the moment, apart from Indigo, who is currently a second back then. Chappers and Brabant are swapping positions out for the battle for length and 12th position then. You'll see him in the background, and just focusing on the front at the moment. My word then, and Menace now passing teammate going on the outside, and through goes Menace now up into 6th position there. Menace down from 2nd to 6th then, after the opening couple of laps, a couple of corners I'd say. That was a shocking start for the second Ferrari. A brilliant start for Sam Swift Ninja, probably the best of the season so far potentially. My word then, and just watching Menace Max at the moment as, got sweat already on already, goodness me, as flicking it through the incredible complex of Maggots, Beckett's, and into a Chapel here. Toy Coin, 2/10 of a second back there, but that has got a 2/10 of a second gap over Sam Swift, not anymore, he's got a 10th of a second, less than a 10th of a second, he has now lost the lead. Sam Swift retakes the lead in that Williams car and gets past it. What can Percy do then from here at the moment then? So Percy is just keeping an eye on this, now into the final few turns then, and I think that after Cam, Legend is just about in DRS, but that gap feels like that Legend feels like he's struggling to hang on to that at the moment. Lap 4 of the Grand Prix, and there are the tyre strategies there. Boxed on driving the hard tyres all the way down into last position at the moment. Not ideal at all. Goodness me. Oh, gosh, and just watching Toy Coin. Oh, it's a bit of snap of oversteer there from the ALR beam car. As we got a lot of blue cars on the field this season, haven't we? It's very difficult to tell who's who when you're just watching the dots. And here goes Toy Coin then, pulling out the slipstream there. And that's very early to pull out the slipstream there for Toy Coin. Maybe he wasn't interested in overtaking at that stage then, but why, I ask? Why? Is it because he doesn't want to be fighting Sam Swift too much here? Remember, though, any hesitancy, and it will cost you positions there. Because look, now because of that, I think that Percy is now on the prowl as well. Going into Cops Corner, we have had flashes in the past of the Hamilton and Verstappen collision there from 2021 there. This time they do make it through very, very, well, much better than what the other two championship rivals tried to do in 2021, but unfortunately failed there. Also, I think Trulli and Coulthard clashed there in the 2001 British Grand Prix as well. Boxstar, unfortunately, got a 3-second penalty. Menace is looking very menacing on the back of German there. German on the medium tyres, as is Immortal as well. So they're going to be extending their stints there. Immortal wandering off the circuit there. And now what about Percy there going into the final couple of turns? Not quite that. As we come out of out of the final 2 turns, I can't actually remember how many corner numbers are on this circuit. But Sam Swift has now got about a half a second gap then over Toy Coin at the moment. So he's got a bit of a respite here. Not much, but a bit. And then I've got to say, it's night and day in Formula 1, isn't it? Unfortunately, now the Legend has dropped out of that DRS detection zone as well. Let me quickly catch up with the comments there. Just watching. If I try, as soon as I look down, I'm scared I'm going to miss something out there. Maybe because these guys are fighting with each other, so he can keep up with them. Thunder saying, and he pulls out there, Sean, because there's a dip in the track that bottoms the car. Oh yeah, someone told me that. Was it you, Marshall, that told me that on Wednesday? I was doing that in qualifying, but I forgot about it in the race, to be honest, because I was so focused on trying to get back in it after I tried to do a bunny hop over Vestier's Alpine, which didn't work very well. Watching the top 3, we're starting to scamper away from the medium shot Immortal and German in the 4th and 5th position at this moment in time then. Oh, as a Toy Corner's got off the circuit there, out of Chapel, and Percy is going to be, this could be very much, no, I'm surprised. I thought that we would have breezed by there, and Toy Coin, he possibly would have got a warning there, but no penalty as such there, and he didn't lose that much time, did he there? So that could be a bit of a contentious subject if he takes the lead here. But I think that advantage, if he did have any, has been lost anyway. No, it must have been Kiki as going under the going into turn 1 and 2 now. Was it Kiki I buddy hopped over, was it? Or have I missed the conversation? I probably missed the conversation, to be honest. It certainly sounded like trying to buddy hop over, and it did go very well. Luckily, Vestier's car is a lot more or Farf. To be honest, I would try. I love to buddy hop over Farf, but unfortunately, I don't think that's very much hazardous to my car and my health. Then, as Toy Coin has retaken the lead here, as coming out of left field again. Then it's very. I must admit, the last couple of races said we have focused more on the front runners than we have on the rest of the field. And I apologise profusely about that. As Keza has got past cars here, and we've also got who is that there? That is Cam, who's gone up into 9th as well. Wells has dropped down into 10th. that. Shown for race pace at the moment in Equals. I say that because he's just lost position. And that's the only evidence I've got of shown for race pace. So I could be just making absolute boulder dash. Thunder, Percy must pass these guys then. Yes, and I think that now as you've got Sam Swift going for the lead once again, then Percy is just watching and waiting then. But Thunder says that Percy needs to get past Pronto here because look, that's why Thunder has seen that the next three have caught up behind here. Menace on the outside, Gurman locking up all the tyres there just to stay on the circuit, and then Menace with a superlative manoeuvre back up into fifth position there. Menace's horror show for start there has really put him on the back foot, but he's back into this front gaggle of cars here. Kez is now 2 seconds back at the moment. He is just wasting time, Thunder is saying. He is, and of course, also, and yeah, because do you think that if Percy... Oh, and look, that's why, because now Immortal's having a snip, but number one, that is Toy Coin, and some Sam Swift there goes upside, and now here comes Percy, he's going for the lead in the British Grand Prix, and there he goes, he's on the outside, and has he done it? There's contact between the two cars, but Toy Coin is now down in the third position there. Immortal now up into third, is he? Not quite then. Is the soft tire starting to fall apart here, and this is now Immortal's time to shine here. Disastrous for Jordy, he will have to take them marks almost the whole race and make that work then. Sirius Mushroom was saying that, because unfortunately for Boxer, he's just got no pace out there, dropping right at the back of the field. And I feel that's down to the hard tyres. Menace was side by side with Immortal for a brief period of time. Has dropped back, and Cam is flying out there. He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job here today. This is Cam's best result so far this season. Best performance so far this season, so far as they come down the hanger straight there. And the front gaggle of cars did extend their gap. And now all of a sudden it's starting to condense back up there. Chappers and Nameless have swapped position as well then. So the drivers on the soft tyres are all in the top 9, apart from Mr. Rage Bull, who's not in this race at the moment then. Let's bet on the winner. Oh, goodness gracious me. And who am I going to bet? I'm not going to bet anyone because I'll give everyone the commentator's curse then. Raging Bull will win then. I bet on Sam then. Immortal, 2 out of 5 bet. I must admit my Sam times one then. Sam is leading this race at the moment. I must admit, the betting odds I really struggle to understand that at the moment then. Lucas, goodness gracious me, Lucas then is one half set or something like that. Cam now up in his same position. Great drive so far from Cam. He's my driver of the show so far. I'm not going to say anything more than that because we all know about the dreaded commentator's curse, don't we? Out of left field. Now over the old start finish straight as well. Menace is through. Menace is now up into fourth position, cuts across. Immortal has dropped down into fifth as the medium tyres are starting to drop back again. So I wonder if the soft tyres must have overheated ever so slightly. The medium runners have dropped back, and now the soft runners are starting to scamper off then, because goodness gracious, I think Immortal's struggling out there at the moment. There he is. Well, actually, no, he's not. I'm looking at the wrong time in the screen. I thought he was 7 tenths back then from Menace then. Gurman now up into third position there. Passes Immortal, who's dropped down into sixth position there. Brabbit is in the top 10 as well. Getting past Equals, is dropping down to 11th there. Some drivers are starting to struggle at this stage of proceedings and starting to drop it down the order. Well, I should bet on Sam if he's odds on favourite, and claim my own money if he wins. Out of the final turn then, Sam's currently leading the moment there. Long way to go still. We ain't even at half distance in this race just yet. Into the first part. I never mentioned names in stream. Serious Russia say that. Yes, I know it's something that should not be done, and unfortunately I've already done it, haven't I? But hopefully, Cameron's doing a great job at now, isn't he? And he is now caught to the back of this gaggle of cars, and this gaggle of cars is actually now started to extend back down, all the way back down to 14th position. Now everyone from 1st to 14th is now back in DRS range here. They did extend, but then this Ballin at the front has really condensed the field back up once again, and my goodness gracious me, if you have a slip up now, you're going to drop all the way down to probably last in the field. Boxtel's about 6 seconds away at the back of the field. The hard tires are not working for Boxtel, and Sirius Mushroom kind of foresaw that, didn't he, before he even got going in this race. And flicking past us now is Soundshift, followed by Percy, followed by Toy Coin, Menace Max, and the top 4 are currently on the soft compound tyres. Then we've got a gaggle of medium tyres, which is Gurman, Immortal, followed by Cam and Keza in 6th, 7th, and 8th position. Then we've got Kaz in 9th position, the second Ferrari. There he is. Someone's just kicked up a bit of dust in the background. And you see in the back of that shot was a Haas car. That is Troy in 14th position here. My word. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Oh, and then Indigo has now made his way up into 15th position as well. So Indigo near the back of the field did not get a representative time on the board in qualifying. Is trying to make hay whilst the sun is shining. The sun is shining absolutely splendidly on this beautiful day here in Northamptonshire. I think that's where Silverstone is, to be honest. But I must admit, I don't even know where I live. So how am I going to know where any other places are in the UK? Now German, look, Mortal's almost 9/10 of a second away. So Mortal got damaged there. So there's something going wrong with Mortal's car, or maybe he's just just dropping back ever so slightly here. As you can see, Purse there is doesn't want to go over that bump. Then so a couple of drivers know about that bump, but a couple of drivers don't know about that bump. I didn't know about that bump until very late on Wednesday before getting into that race. I told you, Kean Percy's wasted so much time out there at the moment, and now he's all over the gearbox. Is Percy, and Percy's going this way and that way into Cop's corner, not quite trying to go on the outside there. Both the championship rivals are now leading this Grand Prix, but with Toy Coin, with Menace, with German, Mortal, Cam, Keza, and Kaz and Brabbit, anyone basically up to 14th position wants to spoil the show for these two drivers, don't they? They are not concerned about the championship at the moment because all of them, I feel, are too far back, but we're only at half distance in this championship at the end of today, so anything could happen still. Just watching German with a incredible overspeed there into Cobb's corner, 2 for the price of 1. Not quite. That is Toy Coin has repelled the attack into the pits as the Ferrari, I think, of those Menace Maxes into the pits. There's another car behind as well. I think that's Cam, isn't it? Potentially, it's 2 Ferraris in the pits, and I think that is going to be painful for the Scuderia because both Ferraris, there's only one garage set per team. Oh dear. The second car was actually a Mortal, not Cam then. Oh my word then. I think Green will win. Green car will win then, says Serious Wrestling, and we're on board that green car now. And at the moment they're looking very strong in that on that medium tyre set. They can go to soft tyres towards the end. Mortal's gone hard here with just over half distance to go. Menace and Kaz have both gone soft here, but and Kaz is... Immortal has had a very long stop. He must have damaged the front wing because Immortal's lost an abundance amount of time here. As out of the pits now in last position. And yeah, you can see that Kaz has lost a lot of time as well. So I think Immortal's had to change the nose cone there. That is not ideal at all. Kick Driver just remembered he has Nitro in his car. It's a Kick Green. Just watching this battle for the lead then, which is now down to 4 cars in this current group then. Kez has dropped off the back, is now a second and a half back. But Cam is also looking very feisty as well in that second car. Immortal's messed up, says Serious Mushroom. That German going on the outside now, going on the inside again. Then he's on the outside into Stu. Not quite though. As who's that? That's Brabbit's through, and through he goes. And as we've also got, I gotta say, it's incredible this race. Oh, what's happened? Toy Coin's in the pits, and up the inside goes Troy and into 8th position now. Fantastic racing here. I know, I was about to say actually, it's been great racing up and down the field. Toy Coin is now into the pits, going to medium tyres here. My goodness gracious me then. The Visa Cash App RB will win, says Mirad then, as going for the 4 Dave as well then. So that is how official that Mirad's prediction is going to be. So we have to take a notice of that one. And talking of which, just as Mirad said that, into the pits comes Toy Coin. Toy Coin, is he going to be out of the pits in front of Menace? It's going to be closer. It's going to be closer than it's going to be closer to Cigar, or closer to Cigar, as Menace is now in front of Toy Coin. That is crucial in this race. Very crucial indeed. That Menace Max, to me, has jumped these cars. That Menace is going to have to go a couple of laps further, though, in this race. But Menace, who has never won a Grand Prix in his career so far, we mentioned at the beginning of the stream. We also mentioned during qualifying as well. This could be a potential win there for Menace in the Ferrari. On board with German, then this is German's best performance of the season so far for the former world champion. Keeping the 2 championship protagonists very much in eyesight at the very least, for German, but he'll be extending his stint now. If Troy wins, I am streaking up my road, Serious Russian saying. And I'd love to see that. Into the pits comes Sam Swift Ninja there, but Percy has elected to stay out here. Now, Miran is very scared about the curse, says Thunder. Out of the final turn then. I'm scared about it as well, to be honest. Out of the final turn then comes Percy and takes the lead. Is that a mistake from Percy? Is that a mistake from Sam Swift? Is it a mistake for these drivers coming early, though? Or is it bang on the money? Lap 13 out of 23. We're half distance now. I think it's bang on the money then, but I have no idea what's going on. Toy Coin then is currently still behind Menace here. That's a lot of time that he may have lost. And Sam Swift has been serviced out. And it's a very long pit lane, but he could get out in front here. That gap feels quite big here. Look, there's the line, and now he is free to go. But on the outside, you'll see Sam Swift is going to be in front. No, Menace is through. For Toy Coin is through as well. Oh my goodness gracious me! I thought he had it there. What an incredible pit exit that was there. And now though, but now we assume that Percy and Percy and German are going to be behind these drivers as well. Goodness gracious me! Percy's made a mistake by not going into the pits. Then bang on for soft tires. Then both Thunder and Serious Russian believes that that Percy has made a mistake here. Menace still leads this way, but Menace at the moment is actually a menace for Toy Coin and Sam Swift. Sam Swift is all up the gearbox now at Toy Coin on board the former race leader, and not quite those to go into Cop's corner. My goodness gracious me. Chappers and Nameless. We got two double overtakes here. Nameless has dropped down the order. Must have made a mistake somewhere. Troy is now in his sixth position. Great driving over there for the Super Sweet. Into the pits. Who's that into the pits? That's two medium tired. Oh, that's damage on Cam's car. He's gone into the back of the Alpine machine. And unfortunately for Cam, that's a lot of damage as well. And Cam's incredible race there may be coming undone here. That is not good at all. Unfortunately as Toy Coin's through, passes Menace whilst he was watching the accident in the pit lane, but Cam is going to have to change the nose code on McLaren surely here. That is such a shame then. Bro's name is Nameless. Yes, indeed then. A man who has no name then. And where are they coming out then? So Toy Coin is now in 11th position, Menace in 12th position, Sam Swift 30, Brabant on the soft tires, Cam on the soft as well. How much damage has Swift? Oh gosh, that's a lot of damage there for Cam. Unfortunately, that's a lot of damage there. We're just in a swap of positions there. Chappers. And now up the inside goes Indigo, trying to get on the inside out of Luffield. Contact between Chappers and Indigo, and don't think Indigo is going to be too impressed with that. Then there's a Chappers there getting very feisty. The door shut on Indigo's toes here to go through Cobb's corner. That McLaren looking a bit unstable there, but Indigo's looking very feisty for the battle for 7th position. Nosey is just in the background as well, and Nosey having a good strong performance as well in this one. Percy's tires Percy's gone over half distance now. When is the race leader going to come into the pits? And Troy has lost out to Legends there, down into Stowe corner. Boxhouse got a 3-second penalty. I think that's the second penalty of the race. And Indigo up in his 7th position, passes Chappers. Both the drivers who are leading this race are in the pits now. Chappers is also coming in the pits of the Williams team. And, of course, the line is quite far forward here, isn't it? Keza leads this Grand Prix. I'm looking at the wrong one. Keza leads the Grand Prix with Legends in second position, Coop in third, German in the pit set. As we've got a lot of pit activity now then. Goodness gracious me then. So Sam Swift has also got past... Sam Swift has got past two drivers whilst I've been waffling on. Oh my goodness gracious me. Someone needs to tell Percy that you have softs and you can't put another softs on Thunder is saying that. Percy wants extra rubber on the mediums who said that. 15 laps on soft, 11 laps on mediums. Thunder is saying that. So Thunder is not sure about Percy's strategy call here. He is 1.3 seconds away from Sam Swift, Menace and Toy Coin. Is that too much then for Percy to reel back in? There he is, the former champion. He's now DRS race. And Menace is now starting to push on here. So Percy is out in 10th position. German's going to be a hot property in the 12th on the 11th position on the soft tires with Brabant and Cam as well. Cam has got damage to his front wing. We just seen him going to the back of Brabant, unfortunately. And Equal's also on soft tires at goodness speed. And this race is very much up in the air. I have no idea who's going to win. This is a fantastic racing so far. My goodness me. Thunder, it says, doesn't make any sense for Percy's strategy call here. We'll find out then. We'll find out as this race unfolds then. But traditionally, the medium tires does go longer than the soft tires. Yellow flag, and that's our first yellow flag of today. And it is Boxtel who's had an issue there. Boxtel on the hard tire, and it's not been the ideal strategy. And that yellow flag may have cost them the lead here for Sam Swift. On the outside, Menace takes the lead into the pits as the top four. All the top four are in the pits. Indigo has stayed out there, and I'm wondering if he Murphy's goal, hanging for a safety car here. Indigo is but now Indigo's gone from last to first here and leads the British Grand Prix, very similar to Luca Biotto in the Formula 2 race in Italy a few days ago. Sam Smith all over the gearbox now. Menace Toy Coin in third position. You'll see the Aston Martin in fourth position it's not the Aston Martin, it's Percy, and yet more yellow flags. What's happening? As Keza is dropping down the order as well, and there's going on the outside, inside, now it's the outside. I have no idea what's going on, to be honest. Oh my word. But Percy down behind German here, and what is that? Samson takes second position to the facto lead in this race. I cannot decide who to watch here. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed. What a job by Menace Thunder saying, and he needs to drive as if he's in qualifying. And tires are good wear rates, what Serious Rush was saying. But Percy didn't need German in front of him. German is, I feel, is in the box seats here, potentially as well then. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything more, because German unfortunately knows about the commentator's curses. I've cursed him over the years in silver, bronze, and in gold. But there he is now. And that's those soft tires that should be quicker at this stage of proceedings. I have too many I want to win then. German is a big shout then, says ALR Esports, then. We're naming shame on that person, because that person is far, so if it goes wrong, it's Far's fault. That Boxstyle is having a nightmare race out there. What a shameful return for Boxstyle. The hard tires, just as Sarah Mushroom said, is not the race tire. Menace is now back up in his second position now. German is all over the gearbox, and German there is having a sniff but nothing more into the Hamilton straight there as we fly into turn one now. Oh my goodness gracious me. Some's past Menace exactly when I said he is so good. The curse is real. Immortal, says Kian as well, who is currently Boxhouse out of the race at our second retirement at the Grand Prix after Mr. Raging Bull didn't take the start. Immortal on hard tires down in the 15th position. Damage, I'm sure he's had damage because he had a slow pit stop as well. German now up into fourth position. He is going to try and hang on the outside. He's got the inside now into left field. Passes Toy Coin and up into fourth position now. German has not won a race in well over a season, a bit, maybe even 2 seasons now for the former champion there. And goodness gracious me, he's now up in the third position there, going into Cobb's corner. He's done it. Yeah, there he goes. Fantastic stuff. Wow, incredible stuff indeed. And my goodness me, there's life in the old dog yet of German. Fantastic stuff indeed. Albeit he's probably 20 years younger than me. Out of Chapel he comes in, and now he's going to have DRS on the back of Menace. But I think the German's going to be feeling very concerned about Sam Swift, Toy Coin, and then Percy also in the background as well. My goodness gracious me, lap 17, 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Menace Menace at the moment is going to be looking very nervously over his shoulder here. The second driver on the soft tyre is Brabbit, who is now 3 seconds away from Percy. So Brabbit is on course for a good result as well here, potentially. There's a lot of drivers out there on soft tyres, which I feel is going to be very concerning for the likes of Sam Swift, Toy Coin, and Percy at the moment. Look at the fastest laps coming in now. Indigo has got a 7-second lead that he has not pitted yet. Indigo is not pitted then. I think Indigo contact. Indigo is looking, I think, for a safety car here in that McLaren. Oh my goodness gracious me. I picked that stop box car too. I guess Far's strategy was right, because the same strategy, because it is the same strategy he had with Kick. Then as a Toy Coin is now, no, Percy is now back past contact then, and through goes Percy and running him out wide there. Toy Coin there is not going to be too happy with Percy's antics there potentially there, but maybe Toy Coin should have got out of it potentially, or did he have enough space then, or earn enough space there? And the gap is coming down quite rapidly now between Indigo and Menace at the moment. But Indigo is not in this race yet. If there's a safety car VSC, then I think that even so, I don't think he'll be in the race anyway. Then, but here he comes, and the German takes the de facto lead. Then at the moment, with all the pit stops done and dusted, German will lead the British Grand Prix with 8 laps to go. German's had great runs around here in the past, and this is another one here for the season 6 world champion. clear there. The man that ended the dominance of Emerson, which was very akin to Michael Schumacher back in 2002 and beyond there. Wow, incredible stuff indeed there for German. Is this German back to his best? It certainly is, isn't it? Oh my word, fantastic stuff indeed there for German today. He's had a couple of races out there, and I think he's been refreshed. He's been refreshed and revitalised, and look at this, he leads the Grand Prix by 6/10 of a second. But the job is not done yet, not by any stretch of the imagination. Penalty for Mr. Percy, Thunder says that. But yeah, we need to wait till the end there, as he just got serious rush. Now the little rubber from Percy's, that's fine then. Says but serious rush then. So two different opinions there in the comments. I love it. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic indeed. That we have seen in real Formula One that drivers not been penalised for pushing people out wide out of the exit of left field. That he may only be 2/10 slower with 3 laps at the end. Though Kian is saying, as we're just watching these drivers go through the right left Maggotts, Beckett and Chapel. Then as you can see, you'll see a papaya. Oh, you can see a. I thought that Sam was going to go into the back of Menace there, but Sam Swift retakes third position. Percy going for it on the inside as well, into the throw, but the throw will have the inside line into the final few corners here. We've got a lot of overtaking in the background, and on the outside goes Percy. What a manoeuvre! And up into fourth position now goes Lucas Percy. Remember, he's only got 4 laps on these tyres. Sam Swift says the fast hold racer. Sam Swift knows then that this is a crucial time in the Grand Prix. 6-7 laps to go in this one. Percy also knows he cannot let Sam go, otherwise the championship lead will be swapped again between the Williams and the Aston Martin cars. Oh my goodness gracious me. Indigo is now less than 2 seconds away. There's a lot of jumping around the background there. Brabham is 3 seconds back. Brabham is not gaining anymore. It's the soft tyres out of rubber here, potentially. Menace drained his battery, Thunder is saying, as Menace dropping down 2 positions there, down into 4th position now. German was scampering away potentially, but I reckon that soft tyres are struggling now. If anyone agrees with me, then because let me know. This is what happens when you overuse your battery, Thunder is saying that, and I certainly know that, as I overused my battery in China in the 100% earlier this year, and I must admit, I was like a slug on the back straight there. Come on, Indigo, go pit, says Kian, incredible. Percy about 7 tenths of a second away at the moment now. Percy, we're a bit concerned about this, because he has got fresher rubbers by about 3-4 laps, but is not able to keep up with Sam Swift. Indigo trying for a 23-second lead before pitting. So the moment now, he is now down to 6 tenths of a second. So and now into the pits he comes now for Indigo. Gerben then, who will not have DRS from that McLaren, but I think that they would have caught up before they go into the DRS detection zone. Bro wants to finish the race without pitting. Thunder said Indigo into the pits now, but I don't think that strategy is going to be going to yield him any results. And I think Indigo is probably hanging for his safety car. He'll have very fresh tyres at the end. Then that's the only second driver of penalty today, which is Cam. The penalties have been very good today in terms of lack of penalties. 2 retirements in this race, and a DNS for Mr. Raging Bull, a DNF for Boxtel, and unfortunately, but apart from that, all the other drivers are in here at the moment. Brilliant race now at the moment. As we got German, who still leads the way, but Sam Swift is in DRS, said, as is Percy, as is Menace, as is Toycoin. Brabham's starting to drop back now. The gap is gained by half a second. Soft tyres are starting to go off, I feel that. So the soft fronts now starting to struggle. Now here's where Percy is now starting to come into his element as well. On board then with Percy at the moment. Liam then, of course, Liam, formerly an ALR gold driver and a Grand Prix winner in silver as well. Come on, German then, as just watching fun and saying bro wants to finish. Oh, I've read that already. Goodness gracious me, I don't know where I am on the comments. Fantastic racing out there. So we got Indigo was looking for fastest out, and here comes Sam Swift, takes the lead as German dropping down into second position now. I feel that the soft tyres are starting to struggle, aren't they? I think it's the medium runners that are the ones that are now starting to be in the ascendancy here. Percy needs to get past Pronto here with just 4 laps to go in this British Grand Prix. German is harvesting quite heavily as well as we come out of the final turn and onto the Hamilton straight then for lap 22 out of 26 here, then going into turn 1 then, and at the moment Sam Swift leads with German second, Percy in third, Menace is in 4th position, Toycoin is in 5th position. position now. Brabant has lost out quite heavily in the last couple of laps or so. Troy in 7th position. Great drive from Troy, by the way. That's been unbeknownst to me. Troy is qualified right down the order, down in 18th position. Has made his way up to 7th position. Brilliant driving indeed there for Troy. Gurman retakes the lead here and gets past Sam Swift Ninja. Oh my goodness me, the defending champion. Gurman is not out of this yet, is he? He is not giving up this win. Gurman hasn't won in a very long time, but my goodness gracious me. So now flying through at the old pit straight here, then going into Cops Quarter. Gurman running wide, then he surely would have had a warning for that. We don't know how many warnings there are, but what we do know is that the only one driver left in this Grand Prix has a penalty, which is Cam, was on course for a really good result, but damaged his front wing. And since then has dropped down the order, because I think that Cam would have been as high as where Brabant is. And now we got Sam Swift takes the lead. Then just like last night, then give me a rewind for Sam Swift. I'm allowed to say that, goodness me, as R. Kelly's been a very naughty man. Sam Swift takes the lead with Gurman in second. Third is Percy. Now look at this, it's the top 5 starting to bunch up once again, and it's going to be who's going to win this one on track, and we love it though. There's the top 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a vintage there in Grand Prix racing. Fantastic, I love it. Wow, incredible stuff indeed. That as right then, as we got driver of the day, Gurman 71% of the vote moment, Sam Swift on the 14% now, and commentators pick then as well. I would have also thrown Troy in there as well. Troy's doing a great job out there. I think the problem is that Troy's kind of been shielded because of Troy's great races, but kind of been unnoticed because of all the action that's gone on in front of him here. But Troy, I think, should also be mentioned as well. He's done a great job out there today, from 18th to 7th. Brilliant stuff indeed there for Troy. Fantastic. I'm back on board now with Gurman once again, and Cam would also have been in the shooting for driver today as well, but that damage coming to the pit lane has ultimately cost Cam major points later. But Cam has really shown what he can do in that McLaren. It's just been unfortunate in the pit lane here. On board with Gurman once again, and this is going to be very good stuff indeed. Then into the final stages of this British Grand Prix, but I think Gurman's attack's going to have to go to the fence here, or is it? Because look at this, and they're gaining on Sam Swift again, and Gurman's going for it, and he retakes the lead. Gurman does it. I think his tyres are running out, but he is not giving up, is he? Gurman wants to win this race. Cuts across Sam Swift there into the final few corners once again, and goodness me, they're all lining up, and they're like vultures behind Gurman there, and here comes some Percy then on the Hamilton straight. We don't see many overtakes on the Hamilton straight as he goes back onto the racing line, but Sam Swift has got the inside here and keeps that second position there. Well, incredible stuff indeed then. No, not quite then. As looking up the inside Thailand, but Gurman still leads at this moment in time. And I feel that one of these drivers, there's going to be a lot of tears, I think, for one of these drivers. I'm also back in the pits, and Coop in the pits as well. I think they're going for fastest up now. On board once again with Gurman. As no DRS there for the front two. That's interesting. Is there a DRS issue for Sam Swift? And I was expecting Sam Swift to have that DRS outfit, unless it's a tactical thing for the Williams driver. And my goodness, gracious me, then accelerating out of left field once again, and I got sweat in my eye across the grid straight as well. Menace Max having a sniff, but nothing more than that as we come through Cops Corner, and look at them all. Lionel Stern, one of the cars in the background is out of shape there as Gurman still leads the way. On board, yellow flag. What's happened? It's one of the Mercedes off. And who is it? It's Nameless. It's off the circuit. Damage to the Mercedes there. This race has been This race has been very much instant free up until that point then. Well, we've had a couple of others as well. And Percy's up the inside. Takes Gurman. That is crucial, I think, for this race, because I don't think that has Gurman got anything left on the tyres to have another go then. But maybe Gurman's challenge for the win has gone out there, unfortunately. Oh my word! They're out of on lap 25 out of 26. Just two more runs to go of this British Grand Prix. At the moment in time, then Gurman is third. Fourth is Menace. Toy Coin in fifth position. Our pole sitter there. It seems like pole position is a poison chalice today on this year, like it is in the real world of Formula One. And now Percy, what can he do with 2 lap older tyres than Sam Swift Ninja on board now with Percy? Then the championship leader Percy. Can he extend his lead, or will he lose the lead in the championship with just 2 rounds and 2 races to go? 2 laps to go, I should say. Goodness me, I don't know where I'm going. But there's no overtakes just yet. Yellow flag again, and I think it's for the Mercedes of. There's a lot of pit stop activity here. I think it was for the Mercedes of for Mortal there. I think had issues up. I'm wondering if he was harvested to go for a last gas at fastest out there, which will get you a bonus point. It doesn't matter where you finish, as long as you finish the race, you'll get that bonus point, won't you? For fast up there, and of course, and hopefully, unlike Formula E, that won't decide the championship in ALR, but we love it. Our final turn of Chapel, I should say. Then we're not even at the final turn yet, but here comes Percy. Now, what is Percy going to do? Does he want to be at this stage? Does he want to lead this race going into the final lap, or does he want to lead? Does he want to go for that final overtake with just one more lap to go? This is going to get very interesting indeed. Then Troy is up in new sixth position. What a drive from Troy today. Then Troy, absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Then he has been absolutely on fire. Troy has had fantastic stuff out there across the line. Then on the final lap of the British Grand Prix, 5 drivers can win this Grand Prix. Only 1 driver can win this Grand Prix, but 3 out of the 5 drivers will only be on the podium as well. 2 drivers are going to be absolutely devastated, I think, with the result in this one. Whilst there's going to be 3 drivers that might be happy, and then there's going to be 1 driver that's going to be overjoyed with this result. Magnificent. Now then, we've got 2 DRS zones down the Wellington Straight, which is here. We've also got 1 down the Hangar Straight as well. As look at this, and you can barely see Percy's car, and having to sniff enough more. Toy Coin up the inside. Toy Coin has taken 2 cars, and contact between Gurman and Toy Coin, and Gurman's going to lose out, unfortunately. As Toy Coin again, very robust contact, and goodness me, what was that there? And Toy Coin's off the circuit. Oh goodness gracious me! As that is getting very fruity indeed. Then back in the front, of Mortal set the fast up in the race, and now then Percy is in the box. He said we're on board with Percy now. Look at it, 80. Look at it, both drivers got so much. There's got so much battery. Toy Coin's got a penalty. On board now with Percy, and he's really used all that battery. Sam shift, and Percy's on the grass. He's in the inside, and look at the wheel-to-wheel contact between the 2 cars, and Percy takes the lead in the British Grand Prix with just 2 corners to go, and into the final corner now. And Percy has waited to the final DRS zone to take the lead, and that was a very, very close race indeed. But Percy wins the British Grand Prix in that the final echelons of that Grand Prix. Lucas Percy wins the British Grand Prix and extends his lead in the championship there, and that is crucial, I think, at this stage, as we have now hit half distance in this World Championship. And Percy's lead has been extended to, I think it's about 11 points now. Goodness me, that is crucial in this championship battle. Oh. Wow, what a race. Lucas Percy wins his 6th Grand Prix of the season then in 11 starts there. That's incredible stuff indeed. Lucas Percy has now won over half the this season, and that also takes Lucas Percy's total amount of Grand Prix wins in his career is now 23. He is 10 away from Emerson's record of 33 Grand Prix wins. There punches the air, Percy does, and he extends his in the championship in what was a very strategical and tense affair. Oh, my word. I am absolutely knackered. And I wish I never wore a white shirt anymore. To be honest, I should stop wearing these white shirts, to be fair. Because, yes, I'm getting very sweaty. Gurman dropped the day there with 50%. Great stuff indeed for Gurman, back in the hot seat. Then we've got a commentator's pick, 30%, which I would have either been Gurman or Troy today. Both drivers did a great job. Person 10%, Soundswift 10% as well. Right, let's take a look at the classification, shall we, from what was a epic British Grand Prix. Percy now, as we said, is 23 Grand Prix win of his career. Sam Swift second there. Percy extends his lead to about 11 points in the championship. Gurman, a great drive to third position on his return. Menace in fourth position there. Disappoint that sluggish start for Menace. Did that cost him the Grand Prix win today? Toy Coin from fifth today, but there's a bit of a collision between Toy Coin and Gurman. We'll talk about that in a minute. Brabbit in sixth position. Troy 18th to 7th, fantastic. Keza 8th. 9th Legends, 10th is Equals. Champers 11th, Indigo 12th, 13th Kaz with 14th Immortal, Nolty 15th, Cam 16th, Coop 17th, Nameless 18th. 2 retirements was Mr. Rage and Boxstar, both out of the Grand Prix here today. And I think I have only got Gurman in the comms box at the moment. Hang on, let me have a look. Yes, I have indeed. That. German, what a drive! You come back and was very much right on the money there. But how do you feel about that? Do you think that that's a race win lost, or is this a podium gained?
I think it could have been a race win lost. My tyres started going off at the end, and Percy got past me, so it's probably always going to be P3. I was going to be in the mix at the back straight, and then I don't know what Toyn Coin was doing, set me off track, and then hit me, sideswiped me. So, yeah, I felt the pace was really good today. I've changed a few pedal settings and that, so yeah, I feel probably the best I have actually.
That's really good to hear. Not the toy cutting part, but the fact that you're back on the pace as well. I did mention in the past, and Silverstone has been a happy hunting ground for you, potentially. So hopefully it's not just a track limited circuit then. But talk us about the incident between yourself and Toy Coin. We caught the end of it coming out of left field then. Was there some more fisticuffs before?
No, I just went a little bit wide, not that much, and he just come steaming in, pushed me off track, and then I like kind of nearly spun me, and then I got on the power next to him, and he just swiped me like, and then I got wing damage. So I struggled to hold on to P3 really.
And with the soft tires going off towards the end as well, do you think if you pitted a lap or two later, you may have been the victor in this Grand Prix, or would that have given you too much work?
No, I think it was a bit difficult, but I felt like I could have won it, but obviously I'm not in the championship battle, and Percy and that are, so do you know what I mean? I'm not going to get too aggressive, but I had a penalty to serve today, so I knew I wasn't really going to win it after, so.
I didn't know that. But let's pretend we don't know that either. Going on to Hungary then in a week's time. It's a bit of a difficult. It's a different track. It's more technical. It's more dusty as well. But potentially some changes you've made. Then, do you think that you're now going to be challenging for wins more? Because over the last season or two, you've been up and down where you think that you found the killer edge, and then it just seems to go wrong for you. What do you think is missing that missing ingredient for yourself?
I don't know. I feel like I've definitely like cracked something because I changed my pedal stiffness so I can now trail brake because I kept locking up before. So now I didn't really have any problems braking. So that was my biggest weakness really.
And do you think that another happy underground for yourself in Hungary as well over the past couple of seasons, especially in your championship winning seasons, that was a circuit where you very much certainly sprung a surprise on your few competitors. How are you feeling going into that Hungarian Grand Prix? Is that going to be a podium? A pole position, maybe a win for yourself?
I don't know. There's a lot of great people in this league, but I've definitely feel the best today that I have probably on this game, and I've already felt pretty good. So let's see.
Really good stuff today, German. Absolutely brilliant drive too for a position. Fantastic stuff indeed. Uh, penalty pendant. Good stuff. And let's come to Sam Swift, who was second today, but goodness me, was leading up until the final couple of turns. And Sam Swift, then, did you feel that overtake was coming, knowing that Percy didn't try to overtake you on the last lap or two?
Yeah. I knew as soon as I was in first, no matter what gap I had, going on to the final lap, I was going to be P2 or P3 at the end of it. Yeah, it wasn't a good race for me. Finishing off that race in P2, I probably should have won it, but bottled it with placement at the final lap, and just pace-wise was just not good enough. I should have gapped them, but I didn't. Just the DRS was too powerful, and I was just driving too shit today.
And where do you think you potentially could have changed the tire for yourself? And you mentioned that your driving wasn't potentially up to standard, but I wish my driving was at least quarter of yours. But never mind. We could all wish. Do
Yeah.
you think that looking back on the race, then hindsight's a wonderful thing? Maybe pitting a lap or two later, like Percy did, and because he had a couple of younger tires then, or did you feel at that point in time that was the wrong decision? Because we in the comments thought that was the wrong decision.
Um. Well, yeah, the fresh tires on this game obviously does benefit you a bit with the pace, but it wasn't really that. It wouldn't have benefited me much in that pace. It's just my driving was just not up to standards. It was just my pace just in general was just awful around here, which was a shame because this is one of the circuits I actually like racing at. So it's just a shame that my pace just wasn't up to standards compared to like Percy and German and Max and everything. It's just I was getting carried with the DRS. I messed up my setup. It was 2 understeery, so I was just losing time in chapel. I lost so much time in chapel every single lap because the understeer was quite ridiculous there. But apart from that, it was just I just didn't drive well enough, just too slow.
And you mentioned the DRS. This is the second or third race in a row now. We've had ridiculous DRS trains. This one was extended all the way down to 14th at some stages. In the end, it was the top 5 of you battling for position, which was very good for the viewers. But for the racers yourself, do you feel that the DRS is making it a bit too easy now for drivers to just stick in that DRS window and then just jump at the chance at the very end? What do you make of that?
With this game, the DRS training is the probably well, it's the worst it's been. The DRS is just ridiculous. You could be quicker than them on outright pace by like a good couple tenths to half a second, and if you've got DRS, you can just stick with them for the rest of the lap. And also with there being no dirty air, you don't get hindered in the corners for being right behind someone. So the DRS is even stronger at that point. So when it's races like Britain, when it's like flat out for 80% of the race and we're all this close, DRS trains will happen. It'll be like esports. They're looking like esports races, but I think this will just be the one-off because I don't think there's many other circuits apart from maybe Las Vegas that I'd see being DRS trains with it being like mostly flat out and also the grid being really close. So I think it's just a one-off.
Really good stuff today, though, Sam Swift. Even though you just put the race, I would love to have had a second. I'd love to have even been in the top 10. But well done today with a great second position then. And Lucas, personally, you've extended your lead in the championship, but before we get into that, it looks like that you were sticking back and just waiting for that DRS and waiting for the final drag down into the in the hangar straight. Then was that your game then, or was that just kind of coincidence?
100% that was the game today. I think the DRS being so strong, it was just, bide my time, save the battery, save the tyres, and then, make that move on the final straight on the last lap, and took the win.
All of us in the comments were saying that was a wrong move for you to come in the pits 3 laps later, but you really proved us wrong. Was that that decision then? Was that kind of came out of the blue, or was that more of a planned strategical going into the race?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking before going into the race. Just obviously being at the head of the train, you ain't going to benefit anything. You're going to use more of your tyres trying to push. You're going to use more of your battery and. I just thought I'd just stick behind everyone, take my time. I think when I did box originally, my softs weren't even that bad, so I probably could have gone a couple more laps on them. But for the mediums to really work, I had to box on lap 14, and I come out with a couple of laps fresher tyres than everyone else. And at the end, I would have liked to say I was a lot quicker than them, but you'd never know because of how powerful the DRS and slipstream is. So. Yeah, I think it was just a case of sticking behind, saving everything, and then going for it on that final lap.
And we asked Sam about the DRS trains. We've had in the last 2 or 3 races, we've had a massive queue of DRS trains, which has got other drivers involved as well. What do you think about that? Do you like that, or is that more of a hindrance for the battle with yourself and Sam in the championship?
No, I really like it. I think it brings strategy into the race. It allows for more battles on track. I mean, you saw today it was me, Toincoin, Sam, Menace, Gernman, Immortal. We're all up there battling for P1 in the first stage of the race, and it just adds that extra spice to it. I think at the end, the people who do go for the better strategy always tend to come out on top. And like you saw today, us guys that pitted for the mediums towards the end came out on top.
You've got 6 wins this season, and I must say that it's looking very strong at the moment. We're over half distance now. Going into Hungary, do you feel that? How do you feel about this next set of races coming up then? Because you could really consolidate your championship lead and maybe extend it as well. So how are you feeling? You must be on top of the world at the moment.
Yep, on top of the world. I'm on top of Mount Everest at the moment. I'm not enjoying the game. Like this joining the lobby today was the first time I've played it since the the last race last week on Sunday. So, but I mean, I enjoy these races. So if it wasn't for ALR, I don't think I'd probably touch the game. But yeah, I just take, like I said before, take one race at a time. I think it's still way too early, especially how tight it is between myself and Sam. I'd just say it's way too early to even set my sights on the championship. But yeah, take it one race at a time, and then towards the final 5 or 6 races, if it's still close between me and Sam, then I can really try and set my sights on the championship.
And Hungary in a week's time then. A bit of a different challenge then. Thoughts about that? Is that another win for yourself?
If you had said last year's game, I would have said maybe. I haven't tried it on this year's game properly, so we'll have to wait and see next week. I'd like to hope it's another win for myself because it's one of my preferred tracks. I do like the higher downforce tracks, but yeah, like I said, we'll have to wait and see. We'll find out next Sunday, and whoever's quickest will prevail.
And that's exactly it. Well done today, Percy. Your 23rd Grand Prix win. Fantastic. Sam Swift on the podium and German also on the podium as well. And that's going to be it then for tonight. Then tomorrow night is silver. At the moment, Ultimate Beast has got quite a handsome advantage at the moment of 35 points over Mumford. And Gordo then is about 36 points away from that, away from Mumford as well. So it's looking quite strong for Beast at the moment in the championship. But I do expect there's going to be rain in either silver or bronze head in the next 2 days. And of course, that 100% is going to Hungary for a little sneak preview of what is going to happen for gold, silver, and